So you wanna draw every day. But if you're a procrastinator like me, you end up failing all the time, blaming it on your lack of discipline. The truth is that discipline isn't necessary if you can build a system that works. Today, we're gonna build a system that works for you. Watching a bit of the video is definitely gonna help you, but only by following all the steps that I'm gonna tell you today, you're gonna have the tools to start tomorrow without fail. By the way, I'm Matt. I drew a whole 80 pages fully illustrated fantasy art book in only 3 months, and thanks to this system, drawing every day was ridiculously easy. What we're gonna do today is make drawing extremely easy, so easy that it's literally impossible to skip. But before we do that, let me ask you a question. How often do you skip checking your notifications? Once you have a second of free time, the first thing you do is check your phone. Why? Well, I've studied how our brain works, and it mainly happens for 3 reasons. Checking your notifications is easy, is rewarding, and is triggering. This is why our drawing routine will do just that. I'm also gonna tell you what to draw, when to do it, how to remove all frictions, but we'll get into that later. Now, before I tell you all the secrets, I just wanted to mention that in the program that I'm building from Stack to Creative Machine, you'll get all the practical exercises and tactics that you need to finally get better at drawing despite your procrastination and mental fatigue, to be finally able to work on your projects. There is a massive discount for a pre-sale that ends soon. The link is in the description. So the first step to drawing every day is to make it extremely easy. Easy to do, easy to start, and easy to think of. So easy that it's impossible to skip. Promise yourself you're gonna start drawing 10 minutes a day from tomorrow on. It's not long, but it's still drawing every day. And you don't have any excuse because it's just 10 minutes a day. Everybody can do it, right? I mean, you may think that this is not enough time, and you're right. But many times you'll continue because as you get in the flow, you start having fun and your sessions will be longer. If you don't continue, that's still fine. You did your 10 minutes for today. That is better than 0. But I know you well. There are definitely gonna be days where you don't wanna do that 10 minutes that you set yourself to do. For example, you come back from work, you're really tired. You maybe just watch one episode of the series that you're watching, then you have dinner and promise yourself you're gonna draw after dinner. But you might as well just continue the show, or play one match at a video game, and then you go to bed because you're tired. Now, this is because sometimes 10 minutes, it's a long time for our brain. I know how our procrastinator brain works. So what you have to do in those days is to draw one thing. Even one line is okay. The important thing is not to break the chain. You don't have to break this cycle that we're doing, because our brain will feel demotivated from breaking it. So just draw one single thing, and that is enough. You can count the day. This is kinda your bonus day. Now, I also know that you may feel energetic and motivated by this video and think 10 minutes, that's not enough. I wanna draw 30 minutes a day. So you set yourself the goal to draw 30 minutes a day and you end up failing by day 3. I know because I did it. In the past, I set myself the goal to draw 30 poses a day for 30 minutes and I only lasted like 4 to 5 days and then quit. Trust me, don't get persuaded by motivation and setting yourself 30 minutes, but stick to the 10 minutes even if you're motivated, and that's your baseline. If you want to, you can continue drawing after the 10 minutes, but if you don't, that's still fine. I'm telling you this because I know that you really like drawing. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here, right? But do you like it enough? Does your brain get enough satisfaction from it? I'm asking you because satisfaction and reward is what makes a habit stick. It's like treating a dog after he does a triple backflip or something. And once again, we can fool our brain into liking drawing even more. So even if you're tired and you can't be asked to do the 10 minutes that you have to do, you'll still be able to draw something. We'll make it rewarding in 2 ways. Now the second one is the one that really made it for me, but let's start with the first one. The first thing that I would do is having a drawing diary. The sense of joy, the sense of pride that you're gonna get, even when you didn't feel like it, is what's gonna make it for you. But we aren't stopping here. I'm also gonna show you how to set up your own diary. You get a random page, even a page on your sketchbook, maybe one that you really like, so you see some cool drawing that you did and get motivated, and write 10 days on the side of it. Now every time you finish drawing for the day, you tick the box, or you put an X if you don't do it. Each 10 days, you get yourself a reward. For example, an art tool or a meal that you really like. Also, a little tip that's gonna help you get even better. After ticking the box, write what you learned that day. Even just one thing. For example, I got better at drawing skulls. And that is gonna make your brain remember what you learned and actually remember the progress that you made. But sometimes the thing that stops us is what to draw. This is a big problem that often doesn't make us start in the first place. If you're struggling with what to start in these 10 minutes, Don't worry, because I got you. I created this free 6-week study protocol that with 42 study prompts is gonna remove that choosing fatigue that your brain can get from choosing what to study. Because I tell you what to do every single day for 100 days to get 100% better. It's also a gamified plan, so if you have to draw skulls for the day 1 and you roll the dice and you get fantasy, you get better on anatomy, but you also draw what you like. You can find the link in the description, it's completely free, go grab it right now. Now I promise that I'll make you draw from tomorrow on, and I always keep my promise. We're gonna use this simple tactic that fools our brain into being obligated to start. We're gonna work on triggers. Now this is gonna be extra practical step, so you may wanna follow along. Now let me tell you what triggers are first, so you understand. It's basically what makes us do an action. For example, why do you check your phone? Because you get 3 types of triggers: space triggers, time triggers, and emotion triggers. The space triggers is our environment. We check our phone because we left it there, so we always see it. Time trigger is basically what time we are used to check our phone. For example, you're used to watch YouTube while you eat, so every time you eat, your brain knows that your phone is going to be in your hands. An emotional trigger is basically when you're bored, for example, your brain knows that when you feel bored, you're going to check your phone. So we need to change these triggers and use them to our advantage but in drawing. So the space trigger, what you have to do for this one is get your sketchbook and put it uncomfortably in the way. So you put it on your keyboard or you put it wherever you usually work at. So while you sit down, instead of starting to play PS5 or play your PC, you know that you have your sketchbook in front of you and you might as well start. Time trigger, we have to choose a time that we're gonna draw at. So I told you to draw 10 minutes a day, and it's not just the first 10 minutes that you have free, but you have to free up 10 minutes in your day to start drawing. And what's the better way if not deciding beforehand when them 10 minutes are gonna be? So the actionable steps here is to get a piece of paper and write, tomorrow, after lunch, I'm gonna draw for 10 minutes. Or tomorrow, after dinner, after school, after work. Decide the moment that you're gonna draw at and write it down. Stick it on your wall. Don't expect it to work from day 1, because you still have to figure out what is the best time for you to draw. But once you've figured out, the habit is gonna be set in your life. Now, emotion trigger is a bit harder, but what I usually do is put some music that inspires me, or stick some posters on your wall with some cool art, so every time you see it, you get in the mood of drawing. Now, those and many other psychological tricks that really help you go deeper into your mind, as well as mind tricks and exercises that literally force you to do more, you can find in my program From Stuck to Creative Machine, as well as a community to post your progress, see other people's progress and get hyped, and also get feedback from me. Don't miss the discount that is going on right now, because it's not gonna be for long. The link is in the description. Now, after the whole video, skipping is not an option anymore, because it's harder than drawing itself. If you're a real procrastinator, you can check this video on how to break your procrastination loop. Make sure to follow me if you're serious about your art, and see you in the next one.